for product education. And now your host, Kirsty Cody.
Hello and welcome to our product education program with Isagenix. My name is Kirsty Cody, your host, and it's great to have all of you listening in today. Today's topic is all about the Ageless Essentials Daily Pack with Product B. This is probably one of my favorite products. I cannot live without. It is on my personal auto ship every single month. It's convenient. And quite honestly, it's essential as what it is, daily essentials. Here with us today is the beautiful Sara Richter, and she's going to be taking us through all of the products that are within these nifty little AM, PM packs, the features, the benefits, everything. Sara actually works within our R&D department at our world headquarters in Chandler, Arizona. She holds the title of Nutrition Communications Specialist, and she's actually been with Isagenix. We're coming up on 2 years. She joined in June of 2011, so she's celebrating 2 years with the company in just a few months. She has her Bachelor's of Science in Nutrition Communication from ASU, and we're grateful for her. So with that, welcome, Sara.
Oh, thank you, Kirsty. It's so great to be here.
Great to have you back, yes. And I love the Ageless Essentials Daily Pack with Product B, and I know our time together is very short, but I've got so much to ask you. I think that the first question that I want to begin with is that there are so many vitamins on the market today. I'm talking like tens of thousands of different brands of vitamins, multivitamins. What are some of your concerns that you guys see these days with multivitamins?
Right. And it's so true. It's such a puzzling thing. I mean, first to even decide what maybe you should supplement with, and then even harder is to make the decision of what do I go for, especially with Walgreens, Walmart. I mean, everybody's got vitamins now. So it is very hard. And especially when price is an issue as well, because, you want to save as much money as you can, but that actually can lead you down the wrong path, because the thing when it comes to these mass-produced, what you find in Walgreens, Walmart, these huge national brands you see everywhere, mostly it's quality, because their objective is to make as many products as they can for as least amount of money as possible at their cost. So quality is huge there. Consumer Labs reports, they're always doing reports that, like 1 in 3 supplements actually has the amount listed on the label. Usually it's either far fewer, way more. It's just hard to trust. And thank God for reports that Consumer Labs does and the like, because it really unveils what's going on here, and it's very low quality. Also, some things that most people really don't think about when it comes to supplements, but us, the makers of them, do, is disintegration is a big thing. Whether or not it's going to get in your stomach, it's going to do and get to the places where it needs to be in your body. Even if something has, 500 milligrams of a certain nutrient, if it's not disintegrating in your stomach right, it does you no good. So that's a big thing to look for. And also, in the standard test for that's when you see maybe sometimes you can always do a test with cups of vinegar and put a tablet or a capsule in the vinegar, because the vinegar mimics the acidic environment in our stomachs, and this is what happens. So you want something to start bubbling and to disintegrate within an hour. That is actually the standard, that most good, high-quality supplements will start disintegrating within an hour. If not, then you know that that's going right through your system. You're not absorbing anything. Also, a big deal is dosages. A lot of companies, it's called window dressing. But you'll find this a lot, that supplements will boast about how they've got this nutrient or that nutrient, but then if you look at the actual label, the dosage is very, very small. So that's a big issue that goes on a lot, actually. And also overdosing. There are some nutrients, such as vitamin A, vitamin E, that can become toxic in high amounts. So that's another thing that you need to watch out for, and low-quality supplements aren't going to care anything about that, so you need to watch for that. And then also form is a big one, because, and this has been figured out through studies and science, but certain forms of vitamins are less or more needed in the body. For example, vitamin D. Vitamin D is more potent as vitamin D3 rather than vitamin D2. So therefore, you want to supplement with vitamin D3, because that is going to do the best work in your body. Another one, too, and I've been noticing this a lot more, and we've been getting a lot of questions about it, is whole foods vitamins. which it's kind of a marketing thing. I mean, yes, whole foods are your best bet always, and why it makes sense that that would be your best bet in vitamins. But it's a little misleading because, for one, the source of the vitamins isn't really different than anyone else's, right? All vitamins are made through yeast fermentation. So the whole food source supplements, they usually don't meet their label claims, or a big thing is their stability for shelf life. And then also, when you take vitamins and minerals from whole foods, you're usually not taking into account that you're taking everything from it. So that means you're taking some anti-nutrient components. So if you're claiming that you're taking all your vitamins and minerals from leafy green vegetables such as spinach, well, that means that you're also getting the anti-nutrient component oxalates, which are in spinach, and they inhibit the absorption of other minerals in the supplement. So it's kind of a game, but you kind of got to know what you're looking at and not be fooled by some of the claims they make. Really, what you want to look for is just something that has the right dose, the right form, doesn't have the competing nutrients, and is high quality. So, and there's not enough of that out there in the supplement world.
You know, I love all of your points. I love the term window dressing where, oh, we've got that. Oh, we have that. We have that. You know, it's all in there. But really, like you said, it's not even in an amount that would even be beneficial to the body. Love the fact that you brought up the whole food supplementation. And with that also comes concentration levels. I mean, if it's whole foods, you're looking at how many milligrams of yada yada versus a concentration of something gives you 2 to 3, maybe 500 times more potency. And so there's just so much science that comes down to the absolute perfect nutritional supplement or multivitamin. And hey, it doesn't exist in just one little tablet. I mean, check it out. Our AM PM packets have soft gels, they have capsules, they have tablets, because everything that you need comes in a different form and, of course, takes up a little bit of space. So let's move on to the next question, and that is quality, purity, potency, everything that comes within these little AM PM packets. What can you tell us about the testing that you guys do, the quality assurance that we all do at R&D?
Yeah, sure. Well, first of all, to begin with, the way these things are even thought up or created is, the team goes to work. I mean, this was done before my time at Isogenics, but still, it's the same process. There's a thorough review of the latest scientific studies as to, yes, what forms are most bioavailable in the body, what doses, what potency, all that. So we're trying to ensure that this pack is going to reflect the quantities, the quality of nutrients that meet the criteria that is in line with the latest nutritional guidelines, therapeutic doses and forms, etc. So that's where we start. Next, it always helps, at Isogenics, we're very proud. We have a no compromise policy that guarantees absolutely that these products are going to deliver the nutrients that we say they will. It's going to be the right amount of nutrients listed on the label. Often very responsible overage, meaning that it's not going to, it will deliver the same potency for the duration of its 2-year shelf life, right? So we make sure that it's going to stand up to the test of time. All raw materials are tested for purity, potency, and then we have a finished product safety verification that is through independent third-party laboratories. So, our raw ingredients are tested, our finished products are tested constantly. I work right alongside the quality assurance and control. They're the busiest people in this place, I swear, because it's nonstop. And if something does not meet our standards, we don't accept it. We don't put it out to the market. So, that's a huge one. Since I've started here, I'm so impressed at the quality we have. And, it's really easy to see in the outcome, which is our products. And also, and like you said, these packs, I loved how you said in the beginning, they're just essential. They really are. It's the most potent combination of the compounds that you need for optimal health and longevity. Sure. CoQ10, our omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D3, calcium, vitamin E, that's an example where the natural form of vitamin E is much better in the body than the synthetic form. We use the natural form. The list just goes on and on. And then also sure. Something that most people may not think is a big selling point, but these are sustained release supplements, meaning that they have a staggered release of nutrients into the small intestine, which your small intestine is where everything is absorbed for the most part. So by having an AM and a PM pack, this staggers the release, so you get a steady passage and absorption of all of these nutrients into the bloodstream. So they will go to work in your body like you want them to. And we are very aware of the anti-nutrient components. Like I said, how spinach has phytates and oxalates. We're very aware of that. So we make sure that each one doesn't have any anti-nutrient components to it. So there's no mineral competitiveness going on. And yeah, we really have an eye on what are the optimal potency, absorption, amount, doses. And that's what we've created.
Very nice. Well, let's go ahead and jump straight into these 5 amazing products. We've got about 10 minutes left with each other, and I want to start with the essentials for men and the essentials for women. Tell us just a little bit about these 2 products.
All right, sure. So that is, you can call it's like our multivitamin, but it's so much more than a multivitamin. I heard a good analogy to this is, it's kind of like a smartphone and a regular old flip phone. A smartphone might have all these gadgets and gizmos and all these extra things to it, but really what you want is you just want a flip phone that does some standard things and does it well, right? So with our essentials for men and women, it's got the rapid disintegration. It's got the right doses of the right nutrients that you need. Everything's been studied for the efficacy of absorption, bioavailability, really just the ultimate benefit for the body. And it's a great multivitamins.
Excellent. And it's kind of a little custom tailored, too, for men versus women, right?
Yes.
Yes.
To pay attention to what, men need a little bit more of, what women need a little bit more of, and we have done that.
Okay, good. So I love the analogy of the cell phone too. That's fantastic. Let's next focus on Ageless Actives. This is one of my favorites out of the 5 products that are in the AM/PM packets.
Me too. So Ageless Actives is a great combination. The main things in it: coenzyme Q10, very important antioxidant in the body. Does a lot of things. Has a lot to do with how much energy we have. You need CoQ10, coenzyme Q10, that's how every cell in your body makes energy. So it's so important for energy. And of course, like most things, after about our 20s or so, it starts to decline. And it's kind of hard to get it from the diet. So it's a great thing to supplement with. So that's one component of Ageless Actives. Next is vitamin D3. Also very important. More and more studies are coming out showing just how important vitamin D is, how low most of us are. Little tidbit, during the winter months, which we're kind of in right now still, if you're above the latitude of Flagstaff, Arizona, which is only about an hour and a half away from where we are from, you can't even if you're out in the sun, because the sun is at such an angle to the earth, it doesn't allow for any making of vitamin D in your skin. So that is a big reason why so many people, and especially in the winter, become vitamin D insufficient. Not necessarily deficient, but insufficient. And it's amazing, even though you might not have the deficient symptoms, which that can be, actual disease and very ill, insufficient is enough to make you feel not up to your best, maybe tired, people just don't realize that. The body is an amazing machine. It can operate on low levels of a lot of things, but it might be the reason why you're feeling tired, you're getting sick, you're feeling down, so many things. It's what the nutrients we put in our body has so much to do with how we feel. So vitamin D is very important. So that's another part of Ageless Actives. And then we rounded out with resveratrol. Resveratrol is really becoming big in the scientific world because it's showing to do a lot of things. For one, it's increasing lifespan in several species. It's helping with weight loss, cardiovascular health, a lot of things. They're just getting going really in the human studies in resveratrol, but it's showing a lot of promise. And then also we rounded out with more great polyphenols: wolfberry, pomegranate, turmeric, ashwagandha, the Ageless Actives. So it really just is an awesome little collection of very important nutrients and good things for health, definitely. It's one of my favorites as well.
You know what? Here's a really good testimonial. I know that all of these products have such substantial benefits just in and of themselves, let alone in a daily pack like this. Lori Harder, one of our Isogenics athletes, she and her husband tested out all of the products individually. Can you imagine how long that took? But she said on the weeks that they were doing the Ageless Active, she said that they set off. This was just a few days into taking just the Ageless Actives. They set off on their run, and she said that she felt so energetic. She said, in her words, she said, it felt like she ate a rainbow because she had so much energy. And so I love these products and how they're put together and the quality. And then of course there's patents and exclusivities here in these. And of course the potency, the delivery, the utilization, it's amazing. Let's move on to the ISA Omega Supreme. Tell us about this.
Sure. Yes. Very important. Fish oil. I mean, one of my colleagues here, he's a research scientist. He's always saying you can never get enough fish oil. You really can't, because it goes to work in so many ways in our brains, in our joints, in our hearts. Great thing to supplement with. And then also, this is probably one of the ones you most want to be wary of in buying, the value dollar brands or whatnot, because fish oil is coming from fish, and as we know, fishing is becoming, there's some questionable practices going on, and so you don't really know what you're getting. You don't know if you're getting, these could be mercury-filled fishes that you're getting fish oil from. So it's a very important thing. Good news, our ISO Omega has just been certified for the IFFO, which I think is the International Fish and Fish Meal Organization. Anyway, they're all about, sourcing fish. Well, we have been certified where we get our fish oil, responsible sourcing and sustainability for fish. So that is a pretty big thing, because we do take very much high pride in that, this is the highest quality. It's molecularly distilled, so this ensures it's got no amount of toxins, no heavy metals, no PCBs, no dioxins, no mercury, which, like I said, is usually found in other less quality seafood fish oil products. And then also is our amounts of the very important fatty acids in fish oil, which is EPA and DHA. I tell anybody, look at what you can find in the store. Usually you'll find one with maybe 100, 200 EPA, DHA, not very high. We've got 600 milligrams of EPA and 400 of DHA. That is over a gram of the very important omega-3 fatty acids. So our fish oil is it really kicks butt. And then also, we meet the recommendations by the American Heart Association for fish oil that supports cardiovascular health. So it can't be beat. And then also another thing is, I've never heard anybody say that, they burp up, taste fishy, they get that after.
Thank goodness. Yes.
Right. So it's a great fish oil. I love it.
It is. Love it too. Yeah. All right. So next is Sea Light. What is unique about Sea Light? We get this question all the time. Is it just regular sea, or what's going on?
Right. And no, it's not. And vitamin C can kind of be a forgotten one, and especially because unless you eat oranges all the time or drink orange juice, you may not be getting enough. And also because vitamin C it's a water soluble vitamin, meaning that we don't collect it in our fat stores. We excrete it. So this is one that you can take a lot of, or that you can really absorb. You can continue to absorb it because you're always getting rid of it. And also vitamin C is another very, very important antioxidant, meaning that it's one of the biggest fighters we have when it comes to free radicals, oxidative stress. This is why they recommend, nutrition guidelines recommends that smokers, if you are a smoker, you need about 25 to 30 milligrams more vitamin C daily, because smoking brings on such higher levels of oxidative stress, and vitamin C is what really goes to combat that. And then also, too, it's involved in so many things. Collagen in our skin. That's why, you'll see lots of vitamin C containing foods in skincare, because it's so important for maintaining your youthful-looking skin. And so our Sea Light is just out of this park vitamin C, because for one, it's not just one type of vitamin C. It's got 4 different types, and enough of a dosage that even if you are excreting it out, you're going to be getting optimal dosages to your tissues, and the 4 different types, and we add some minerals on there. It's really easy on the stomach. So I mean, that vitamin C, this one can definitely be taken on an empty stomach for sure.
Yeah, I love that. That I know, no stomach irritation. That's so fantastic. As a matter of fact, there is no stomach irritation if you were to take the Ageless Essentials Daily Pack with Product B. I mean, I have yet to come across a person that cannot take these on an empty stomach, although I know that you have shared with me in the past that the preference is best taken with food based on absorbability and utilization. Is that correct?
Right, exactly. I mean, think of it this way. When we eat, more blood is rushing to our stomachs, meaning that more blood rushing to your stomach is going to be more blood flowing to get these vitamins and minerals, these nutrients, to the tissues. So that's why it probably does more good when you do take it with food, because you're going to get even more to where it needs to be. Not saying that it's impossible for that to happen on an empty stomach. It still will. You'll just get more of it with food. And yeah,
Sure.
It's kind of a personal preference thing. It is kind of rare that we hear people, but I have, being here at corporate, and we do hear everybody, some people do get an upset stomach on an empty stomach. So you just got to try it out and see what works for you. But I mean, really either or.
Well, last but not least, and this is my favorite product of the AM/PM packets, and that's Product B. And I know that we could spend a whole hour talking about this, but really just in layman's terms, what is the scoop with Product B?
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm sure most isogenics people know by now, the whole telomere story, right? They play a huge part in healthy aging. They're the protective caps in our DNA, and it's kind of, having longer telomeres is the difference between good aging and bad aging, what some could call. And so it's really important. Science is telling us that we need to preserve our telomeres, our telomere lengths. We need to take care of them. And also science is telling us that our diet, crappy diets, not getting exercise, stress, pollution, these are all things that shorten telomeres and can lead to, illness, death, disease. So important. Product B, absolutely, it's all science-based. Your dad, thank God for your dad, has done so much work and research, I know, into finding natural botanical compounds that will induce telomerase. The enzyme, it's kind of the pre-step before telomeres can lengthen and be protected. But that's, through the chain of events, that's what happens. So your dad set out, and along with Bill Andrews, to find these natural compounds, because since they've discovered telomeres and telomerase, they found stuff that will, lengthen, but they're toxic to humans in the amounts that make it work. So, and I know it's been a labor of love, but, through very multiple testing, these guys have found a great collection of botanical herbs, adaptogens, which we all know through isogenics. We love our adaptogens. So all these things put together, they seem to induce telomerase. And I think the anecdotal stories from Product B are just enough to convince anybody, really. I know I just placed an order for it because actually I was talking to Holly DeMott, and her hair is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I've been trying to grow my hair out for a while, and I asked her, and she just said, she's like, I swear to God, she's like, it's been Product B. Ever since I started taking Product B, my hair is grown like
luscious. Yeah.
So it is like, and I mean, even if you look at it, if you look at the ingredients, it's milk thistle seed, it's turmeric, it's, it's all these good herbal botanical things that I definitely want in my body. And, the science behind it, we're working on some studies right now. I know halfway through, but we've got some stuff in the works to really show some scientific backing to this, because it's there. It's there in all of our stories and all of our faces, but we will definitely have the science behind it. But it's just, and if anything else, forget about the telomeres. It's great for your antioxidant system, because it's got very potent antioxidants in it. It's going to boost up your antioxidant system, so your ability to fight off oxidative stress. And I mean, so right there, that's going to make you feel better and more energized and more youthful right there. So it's a wonderful supplement as well. It's the icing on the cake, I think, to all of our products, our system, the Ageless Essentials Daily Pack. Product B is really the icing on the cake to everything.
I love that, icing on the cake. Well, and yeah, you're right. Everything works synergistically together and complements the shakes and the ionics and the cleanse. And, and people say, am I getting too much? And of course the answer is no. I mean, this is all very much planned science and formulation. So it's a beautiful thing. Sara, thank you so much for being with us, sharing all that you did. I love the Ageless Essentials Daily Pack with Product B. We really, really do appreciate you today. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
All right. And I just want to acknowledge everybody for listening in. It's